Laura Tingle, the government has largely won plaudits for its coronavirus response, but this is highly politically embarrassing.
It is very politically embarrassing. I think that's the crucial bit, that while it seems like a stupendously large number, it was based on a forecast at a time when things were very, very uncertain. So it's embarrassing for the Treasury, and it's politically embarrassing for the government because obviously the Labor Party is making a hay of the whole thing and saying, look, it shows you can't trust the government, as the coalition would be doing if it was Labor's problem.
So what is the reality then of what is going on in the labour market?
Well, I think all this tells us really is that there are 3 million people who weren't eligible for JobKeeper. It doesn't tell us that there are more people unemployed, because some people would sort of be in the labour market but just not getting JobKeeper. It does suggest things are stronger than we think, except we know that there are so many people who can't be eligible for JobKeeper. So I think it suggests that things aren't as bad as we thought, but I think we've got to still look at the underlying labour force numbers, which are put together on a completely different basis to see what's happening. And Treasury is still sticking to that forecast that we'll see a 10% unemployment rate. And one thing I think which will be interesting to see, Lee, is the numbers are still muted. The unemployment numbers are still muted by the fact that people who've gone on to JobSeeker, that's the improved dole payment, currently don't have to be out there looking for a job until the beginning of June. And that's actually meaning that they're not being counted as unemployed at the moment.
So what are the implications then for what the government will do next?
Well, clearly, I think this opens up the problem for them that they've been resisting any change to JobKeeper. There are so many people who aren't being covered and so many industries that are in really big trouble. It's obviously opened the question of what you do with this money. The government's maintaining the line that this isn't extra money, that it's basically money that you're not borrowing from the future. But I think it has put intense pressure on the government to help those sectors like arts and hospitality who are doing it so hard.
And the Prime Minister has a major speech tomorrow. Would you expect any of that to be addressed in it?
Well, the speech is certainly going to talk about what the Prime Minister sees as things that the government needs to do for particular sectors in the economy who are doing it tough. So there may be some language about that. I don't think it will necessarily go to what happens to JobSeeker. It may be specific areas of the economy like tourism. The interesting thing to watch is that the problem for the government is it ends up looking like it's being ideological on this. If it doesn't respond to areas like arts, like the universities, where there is coalition resistance, where there's a hostility to those sectors, they will look like they're being nasty rather than being pragmatic.
Laura Tingle, thank you.
Thanks, Lee.
Hi, I'm Lee Sales. Thanks for watching this story. If you'd like to watch more of 7:30's stories, they are on the left of your screen. And tap on the button below to subscribe and get the latest from ABC News.